What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective, and I'm here for the news. And here recently, Russian officials warned it's on the edge of a conflict with the United States of America. Am I shocked or surprised? Absolutely not. Over a year ago, I made these videos. Is the CIA on the ground in Ukraine? Is the United States using stealth drones? United States versus Russia versus the Ukraine. Why is Russia fighting in the war in Ukraine? United States versus Russia versus Ukraine. Russia is flexing its muscles to the world. Russia and America are at war in space. America slash Ukraine shoots down Russian hypersonic missile. Now, over a year ago, I was saying things that nobody else was saying on YouTube. My small little channel. I was making predictions that came out to be totally true. I was knocking them out of the park with these videos. And the reason why I was making these videos, because I was saying in these videos, hey, the United States wants these wars. They basically forced Russia's hand into making sure that they fought in the Ukraine. They wanted it, they knew it was coming, and they happy that it happened. Because it's becoming a testing ground for the United States of America, especially with military technology and weapons. Let's take a look at the clip.
Overseas and to Russia. Tonight, the Kremlin with a new warning that Russia and the U.S. are, quote, on the verge of an open armed conflict, blaming the U.S. for those drones over the Kremlin. The U.S., of course, calling it a blatant lie. And tonight, the threat to the Kremlin from forces on the battlefield helping Russia, that they could soon leave. Marcus Moore in Ukraine.
Russia tonight hurling new threats aimed at the U.S. The deputy foreign minister warning they're, quote, on the verge of an open armed conflict with the United States. Again, claiming Ukraine carried out a drone attack on the Kremlin Wednesday, attempting to assassinate Russian President Vladimir Putin at the direction of the U.S. Why?
Is that true? Maybe so, maybe not. But I can tell you one thing for a fact. The United States is involved in all type of chicanery in this conflict between the Ukraine and Russia. The United States is using all type of technology. They have everything hacked in Russia. I've done those videos and talked about that. Everything is hacked. Everything is being listened to. They're using all these different weapons. They're using stealth drones. They're using intercepts. They using the satellites to spy and tell you where certain people are at certain times. That's why car bombs and shit are going off, and major figures in the Russian government and military are being killed. The United States is helping with all that. The Ukraine doesn't have the technology to really do any of these things. But this has become a huge battle testing ground for the United States of America to be able to fight a war with Russia without actually having boots on the ground of actual troops and tanks and Apache helicopters and stealth bombers. You use a few stealth drones here and there, but besides that, they're just going to use the Ukraine as the proxy.
House spokesman John Kirby firmly denying the allegations that the U.S. was involved as, quote, a blatant lie. Still, Russia warning of possible retaliation, saying it will respond when and wherever it sees fit. On the battlefield, nightmarish new video reportedly showing Russian incendiary bombs burning in a Ukrainian-held pocket of Bakhmut, and the potentially major development on that battlefield today. The head of Moscow's Wagner mercenary group says he's pulling his troops out of the eastern Ukrainian city because they're not being supplied with enough ammunition.
And let me tell you this. Almost all of these countries, they don't have the military surplus like the United States, especially when it comes to ammunition, especially when it comes to things like missiles and tomahawks and hypersonic missiles. All that shit costs a lot of money. You're talking millions of dollars per missile. And ammunition, when you fighting a ground war, that's one of the hardest things, is to feed and to keep these people full of ammunition. That is extremely, extremely difficult, especially for a country like Russia, who are under so many sanctions. So they're going to have help from countries like China, maybe India, South Korea. Not South Korea, but North Korea. What's the other countries? Syria, all these, Iran. All these people who are allied with these people, they're going to need bullets. They need ammunition. They need help at this point because the United States is basically draining them. Because this war would have been over in a month if it wasn't for the help of the United States.
Video statement, Yevgeny Prigozhin calling his Russian leadership cowards and saying his troops will leave Bakhmut next week on May 10th. Western officials say half of the 20,000 Russian troops killed in Ukraine since December were Wagner fighters in Bakhmut.
The Ukraine has become a third world country at this point.
The Wagner group actually plans to withdraw.
Well, everyone's going to wait and see on this one. Marcus Moore in Ukraine again tonight. Marcus, if these fighters helping Russia with the Wagner group leave, well, we know the leader has made these threats before, but if he makes good on this threat to pull out of Bakhmut, frustrated over the lack of firepower there, how many fighters are we talking about here?
Well, David, as of March 30th, U.S. officials estimated there were close to 10,000 Wagner mercenaries fighting in and around.
How did this Negro get this assignment? And didn't pour Ukraine. This ain't the job you really want, but I guess you got a bill from somewhere. Shout out to this brother, Marcus Moore. Boy, you took on a hell of a job.
Around Bakhmut, and it's widely believed if those fighters were to leave, Russia would have to fill those ranks to keep the fight going there. David.
Marcus Moore in Ukraine. Marcus, thank you.
But yeah, I just wanted to go over that clip because the United States, Russia is at their wits' end with the United States. It's basically a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't do nothing, this is just going to keep happening. If you do something, then you got to deal with the full weight of the United States. They're in what you call a catch-22. Yeah, this is a double-edged sword for them. So, but eventually, you know, no matter how big your big brother is, he keeps slapping you around. You're going to want to do something. Yeah, you ain't going to just keep getting slapped indefinitely. But I just want to go over that clip right quick, you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been Sports Life and Politics TV, the best damn news channel on YouTube. I'm Samuel Koppel. I'm here for the news. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass. We might be on the cusp of World War III ride. Peace.